Hey everyone, Riftstalker here and welcome back to another Dauntless video. In this one I will show you my solo fight against the normal Riftstalker, the new behemoth that just got released in Dauntless. Before I start, a quick reminder for you guys and girls to check out my Riftstalker combat soundtrack Void Rift, and also I now have a Patreon, so if you want to support me, link to both are in the description down below. So let's begin. Riftstalker is the new umbral behemoth in the game. She's the lady and no one can tell me she's a boy. Just look at those cute fluffy bad girl ears that she has. Well, maybe they are not that fluffy since she looks more like a furless Egyptian cat with bat ears, but let's not get too much off topic. For the record, I went and killed her solo on both normal and heroic from the first try, which could only mean she's neither easy, neither hard. I'm quite happy with how she turned out compared to Koshai. She's not a worthy rival of Shroud or Zachary, but I can definitely say that she's Shroud's mean little sister. Her mechanics are a breath of fresh air, with the only two which felt familiar being her front swipe and her jump spin. Those two are full copies of Stormclaw's abilities or Embermane, whichever one you choose. She is after all based on their models, which means her movements are predictable somewhat if you can predict theirs. But that only counts for free abilities, while the rest are exciting to say the least. I'm still testing them and learning how they all work, but she definitely uses those rifts to her advantage and can pack a punch. For anyone watching this, before facing her, I advise you to use Shroud gear to maximize your survival potential. She can hit hard if you ain't have umbral resistance, and do me a favor and use Zachary weapons against her, unless you have a hyper ultra mega build which can snipe her in less than 3 minutes. In that case, use your build. I think she is also possible to be killed with any Maelstrom gear if you upgrade it a bit. She does not have a second weakness, which I was highly hoping she would. Pick 2 offensive consumables and 1 defensive one when facing her, if you struggle with her combinations. I used only offensive ones because they complement my build: Frenzy, Blitz and Stamina Tonics. Generally, she's an opponent tougher than the other normal behemoths and heroic ones. I will not talk however about heroic in this video, but rather in my next one, in which I will show you the heroic kill. I will mention that I did feel like her abilities and patterns were better and more mixed than other behemoths, and that some abilities had small variations to them and were not always the same. This must be the new AI they said was implemented with her for testing. If this is its junior or alpha version, then definitely the game will progress in a good direction. What I noticed is that she does not have strict patterns, and some of her abilities do not necessarily do their full cycle, or repeat themselves to their maximum number of times, but rather stop or transition earlier depending on situations. Riftstalker can transition and mix her abilities very well, so you need to be careful, pay attention and watch your surroundings. A piece of advice is to increase your mouse or gamepad sensitivity, since sometimes you might not move the camera fast enough to notice where a new portal has opened up. Also, the rift dimension is very fun and I have not figured out how it fully works, but you can interrupt her and break it if you manage to hit her in there. What I have noticed is that only one attack is a real one, while the rest are mirror images. Sometimes there are only images, and other times she mixes in with the images to attack you. I have not figured out how you can tell when she's mixed in. The only thing that can give you a hint is that whenever a portal glows more purple than the others, the real Riftstalker will come out of it. The dimension disappears after a bit of time, or if you interrupt her. A few combinations can be quite deadly when she enrages and then does her Rift Swimming ability. These two can rip you to pieces if you're not careful and watch your stamina. A Stamina Tonic is a very good option for this fight, since the hard-hitting abilities have multiple instances and require you to do from 2 to 4 evades in a row, without much time to restore stamina in between them. If you're careful, however, and patient, she'll be a walk in the park. This is everything for this video. If you've liked it, then give it a thumbs up. If you did not, give it a thumbs down. Drop me a comment with any feedback or advice down below. Remember to check the description for links to my Twitch, Twitter, Instagram and Discord. And finally, if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon in order to get notifications. Riftstalker out!